Hello, I'm Svetlana. Welcome to my channel. How does it feel to be born in the coldest city on earth? I was born in Yakutsk, the capital of Yakutia. And I spent my childhood in Yakutsk and in Pokrovsk village nearby. And I still remember how hard it was to live in such cold place. I was a little child and living in such cold, living conditions made my life completely different from the normal life of children in other places. I lived by the river Lena in a one-floor house with 3 rooms and kitchen. And every morning we had to start a stove with the firewood to warm up the house, as temperature outside at winter could reach minus 60 degrees. But absolute minimum ever registered in Pokrovsk was minus 68 degrees. At first, my mom did all household. Then I learned it too when I grew up. Around the house, we had a garden where at summer mother grew flowers and some vegetables. But because of deep frozen soil, we could never grow fruits, as they could not survive. Even tomatoes we only grown inside the glass house. The source of the water was always the Lena River. We had no water pipes at home, so we had to pump out water from the river by long hose. And at winter, when the river is covered with a very thick ice, we had to chop the ice and put it inside a metal barrel to make some water. That was a really important and hard part of the everyday routine. From the appliances, we had only an old Soviet washing machine, but we used it only at winter. In summer, we had to soak clothes in a basin and then rinse it in the river. Every time you would carry all the washed clothes to the river, coast and back. Because we lived on the riverfront, our house and everything else were placed under the mount. But all the grocery shops were on the mount, so it was pretty hard to walk up and down every time, especially at winter, where there is many snow around. The toilet was placed outside in a separate box made from wood. And sometimes people used newspapers and magazines as a toilet paper. The toilet was just a hole in the floor, and that's it. No heater. So you won't stay there for long, as you might get everything frozen, because the way to school became too cold and dangerous. You can get frostbite or even freeze to death. So all the children would stay home. Even if it was only minus 40 degrees, we still had to wear so many warm clothes, like fur coat or quilted jacket, fur hat, thick double hose and leggings, double socks, and a national Yakut Fur boots und tea. I remember those clothes were so heavy to wear, hard to play or run in it. It's funny, but Pokrov's coat of arms and a flag has a snowflake symbol on it. We also had a guard, a big dog like a breed. The dog was on a leash, and sometimes we let him free to walk around. All Laika are very smart, and they barked on strangers when somebody was around. At the time, there was no dry dog food or canned food, so we would feed him with the leftovers mixed in a bowl with some soup. Dogs loved it. Sometimes the temperature reached minus 60 degrees. At that moment, the air outside world stands still, almost impossible to breathe. All schools were closed at the moment. So, that's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.